It's never a lack of resources, it is always a lack of resourcefulness. So there's a business that you want to join, a product or service that you want to buy, or maybe a course that you want to invest in, and you don't have the funds. What the heck do you do? In this episode, I am going to be sharing ways that you can come up with the funds if that is you in that position, or if you're a network marketer like me, if you have a prospect that truly doesn't have the funds to buy from you or join you, how to help them come up with the funds and come up with resourcefulness so they have the resources to join or buy from you. So stay tuned. My name is Tanya Aliza, and I help entrepreneurs and network marketers create success faster, while most importantly designing a lifestyle that you love. So if you are new to my channel, if you are new here, consider subscribing, because I put out a powerful training video and episode for you each week, along with a powerful resource that you can download for free and use in your business. So get subscribed. Now, I've been in network marketing since 2009, and my husband and I are top enrollers in our company. The thing is, we do a lot of presentations, we talk to a lot of people, and yes, there is times that I come across people who just don't have the funds to join legitimately. And in my heart, if somebody wants to invest in something that's going to help their financial situation, a measly $300 or $500 decision is a big deal. We need to change that situation. So I've got really good at handling the no money objection and also helping people to come up with the funds fast so that they can change their financial future if they really want to do that. And I'm going to share with you how here in this episode. So whether if it's you that's in that situation, or you are on my side of the table where you're talking to people who are in that situation, I'm going to give you strategy on how to help that situation. So hopefully you don't have this situation happen for the rest of your life. And the thing to think about is, for things to change, you've got to change, right? Now, I originally thought of putting this video together to have something to share with my prospects if I came across somebody who really saw an opportunity with working with me or buying one of my courses, but they just couldn't afford it. I wanted to give them some strategy to come up with the funds and get creative and get resourceful. But then I thought, how powerful of a video would it be to actually have it go public and help you if you're in that situation, or if you're a prospect or a recruiter and you come across people in that situation too. So because I thought I needed this in my business, we're going live with it on a Tanya Aliza TV episode, and I truly hope it helps you. So if somebody tells me that they don't have the money, I take that to heart, and I take that quite seriously, because typically to come into my world, it's not that much money to get started, right? And if I think about a couple $100s, that being a big situation for an adult living in, let's say, America, but all my clients are all over the world, there's something that needs to change. This is a serious deal. If you need to really take a long, hard think about a $200 or $500 decision, things need to change. Agreed? So I want to really help somebody who truly sees an opportunity in making themselves a better version of themselves. And I don't want money to stand in the way of doing that. It's kind of a small thing for a big thing to happen. We don't want to let small things stand in the way. So you got to remember, it's never a lack of resources. It's always a lack of resourcefulness. And if you're resourceful, you will make magical things happen. So I am going to assume that you are very resourceful and you're here watching this video. So let's carry on. So if I'm talking to somebody and they tell me, Tanya, I really see an opportunity for myself. I really want to buy this course, or I really want to join this business, or I want to buy this. I just don't have the money, and I truly want to do it. And if I find out, and I truly believe that they want to do it, and it's really like a money issue, I'm going to find out how far are we off, and I'm going to find out how they are going to come up with the funds and how soon they can do it. And I kind of test them. I kind of want to see if they're motivated to come in, because typically how people make their decisions beforehand or act beforehand is typically how they're going to operate inside of a course or inside of a business as well. So I'd like to kind of test that and see if somebody is truly really serious about changing their situation. And so I'll ask them, I'll say, well, how far are we off? You know, how much do you have to come up with? If the decision is $300 or $500, how much do you actually have today? How far are we off? And if they say, well, I'm off about a couple $100, and I'll say, okay, great. How are you going to come up with that money? And I'll almost let them think about it on their own, because people can be resourceful if they really truly want to be resourceful. And so I'll challenge them to give a timeline and build a little plan. And we'll do this together on the phone. And sometimes I will help them with creative ways that they can come up with the funds as well. And I actually have a guide that I now use with my prospects that are in this situation to help people. And I put this guide together, and it's called My 25 Ways to earn some income without a money investment. So basically, I give them that guide and I say, look, there's a bunch of different ideas on here that you can go out and build up some quick cash legitimately and legally, but just kind of, resourceful ways to come up with some resources. Now, if you would like this guide and you think that this would help you, you can actually pick it up on my blog at tanyaaliza.com/64download. The number 64 download. We'll leave a link in the description box above or below this video, wherever you're watching this video. And you can click that link. It'll take you to my blog. And right on that blog post below the video, there'll be a big yellow button. And if you click that button, you'll get my 25 ways to come up with money without investing any money. And so there's a bunch of creative ways that you can implement to come up with quick funds, legally and legitimately, of course, right? So I actually might share some of these ideas with them in helping them get creative and building that plan to come up with the funds, okay? And then what we're gonna do is we're going to put a date and time on the calendar of when they will have that extra $200 or $100, however much that they have to come up with to meet that mark, okay? And then what I am going to do is I'm going to share a story with them to really solidify this and to also just test them, but also to help them build their story of getting started. Now, this is my most favorite thing that I like to do because it is so ultimately powerful in really helping your people to come up with the money and helping you come up with the money if it happens to be you. So how do we do this? I'm going to say, okay, we're $200 away. You've got this plan. We've got this date scheduled to circle back and get you started. Okay, that's a goal. Let's make it happen. Let's get out there. But I will also let them know, I'll say, look, you're building a story right now that you can use and inspire lots of people with. Now you have two options. You have an option to build a very powerful story. You also have an option to build a very weak, deserving story. Now, I want you to build a powerful story. And what does that look like? Now, do you think that you are going to come across, and this works famously for people who are going to join me in my network marketing business, and I'll tell them, I'll say, look, do you think in the process that you might come across prospects and people that might tell you that they don't have the money as well? And they're going to say, yes, of course. I'm going to say, yes. And by the way, you will. And you're going to help them through that process. Now, the best way to inspire people and help them is to share your story. Now, I want you to have the most powerful story to share with these same people that happen to be in your same situation that you're going to help. And instead of a story of, hey, I saw this course or I saw this business or I saw this opportunity and I really wanted to get started, but when I wanted to get started, I didn't have the money. And so I took my sweet time and I kind of just thought things would fall in place. And, I took a couple of months to think about it, to pray about it, and then I got started when the time was right. You could have that story, or what do you think that story is going to do, right? Or you could have the second story and you could say, hey, look, I know exactly the situation that you're in. In fact, when I saw this business, when I saw this opportunity, when I saw this course, whatever it is, I was in the exact same situation. I was actually $120 away from being able to completely afford it. But here's exactly what I did. I got resourceful so that I could come up with the resources, and I did it in 2 days because I was that motivated to make this work and to change my situation. And here's exactly how I did it, and it only took me 48 hours. So I'm going to try to do the same thing. I'm going to help you in this situation as well do the same thing. You see, if you don't have the money, especially if you're in network marketing and you don't have the money or you're dealing with people that don't have the money, you have to encourage them to build up a powerful story that they can use. And the only way to do that is to share a story with them on how they are building their story and how they're going to use that story to inspire others when they do come up with the money. So you have an opportunity to build two stories, a really powerful one or a really weak one. Now, I would encourage you to build a very powerful story. So what I do with my prospects is I'll share that with them and I'll say, look, I want you to have a powerful story. So I'm going to encourage you to hustle it up and do as much as you can. Follow these 25 ways that I'm giving you. Figure out a couple of them that works for you or that you can do. And that's instead of a week from now get you started, let's get you started tomorrow, or let's get you started in 48 hours. Do you think we can do that? And that's exactly how I motivate my team, my people, my prospects to get started fast, even if they don't have the money, to get hustling up. Because if they show me that they're hustling before they even join, That means that they're going to hustle when they join and when they're in the business and while I'm working with them and investing my time in them. And ultimately, those are the types of people that you want to attract and work with. Those are the people that you also want to be and you want to emulate to your mentor or whoever you're going to be working with, or even just prove to yourself that you are that type of a person that can get things done and you're not going to leave any amount of resources to be in your way to changing your situation however it is that you want to change it. So it's not only just about the money that you don't have. It's also about it's more about the story that you have that you get to create so that you can inspire other people with that same story. But remember, make sure that it is a powerful story that you share with people. That is most important. And coming up with ways to make money on the spot or fast is not hard. You know, we have the 25 ways in that guide that you can pick up over on my blog at TanyaAliza.com/64 download. There's 25 ways in there. Pick one, pick two that will work for you that you can go out there and you can hustle it up. Some of the things that I've had people do are crazy, guys. I've had people go on Craigslist and do like yard services for the day to come up with $100. So there's Craigslist, there's babysitting, right? There's job boards all over the place. There's some really cool websites with some job boards that you can post your services on. And inside of that guide that I'm going to share with you, some of those job boards are indicated there. You know, I had a guy that just recently joined our team, not my teammate, but one of the people that I personally enrolled, his teammate. And my teammate, Justin, he calls me up and he says, Tanya, you never guess what this guy did to join. He didn't have the money, but he stood outside McDonald's, one of the McDonald's restaurants that I guess had a lot of foot traffic in his area. And he stood outside of McDonald's and he played his guitar because that's what he knew how to do. He played his guitar and put his guitar case out and collected money right outside this McDonald's for 1 week to come up with the money to join our team. That is really powerful. So you think I'm going to be sharing that story with people that tell me that they don't have the money? Of course I am. I'm going to be inspiring them and I'm going to be giving them ideas to come up with the money, right? I'm just going to show the level of resourcefulness that some people have that work with us, right? What can you sell? Do you have anything around your house that you're not using or you can maybe purchase again later when you do have the money that you can get rid of? Do you have any services that you could trade? What are you good at? What could you do for other people to come up with the money? So you can see just a few ways out of the 25 that we've put up together for you with this guide, but just a few ways that you could get resourceful. So it's not a lack of resources, it is always a lack of resourcefulness. And I know that you are resourceful. So get out there and be resourceful. And you want to build a story that proves to yourself and to others that you are worthy of change, right? So for things to change, you've got to change. So if you need to come up with some money or you have people that need to come up with some money, make sure to pick up my 25 ways to make some quick money without investing any money over on my blog at TanyaAliza.com/64 download. We'll have that ready for you. I hope it does help you. I hope it helps you with ideas to, get the resources to do whatever it is that you really want to do or help others do what they really want to do as well. Question of the week. Do you have a power story where you had a lack of resources at the time and then you got resourceful and you figured it out and you invested in maybe your business or you took a leap of faith when you purchased a course or a product and maybe things were tight, but you made it happen? Do you have a power story that you'd like to share with the community? If you do, I would love to hear your story. I would also love to feature your story. So drop your story below in the comment section and start the conversation with me. I want to feature your story and I want to give you a big congratulations on your resourcefulness to change your world in some way, shape, or form. So did you find value in this episode? I truly hope you did. Now, if you're in a situation where you don't have the funds or you deal with people that don't have the funds, you might want to share this video around and share it with your friends, your team. If you think anybody needs this information, make sure to share it via one of the share links, the social share links around this video. And we will see you on the next episode of Tanya Aliza TV.